Dear students, today I'll teach you about specification of civil engineering works. This topic is the first part of third module. First, let us see what is the specification. Specification is the data regarding the material and workmanship of any civil engineering works or any construction activity. It is a combination of material and how the material has been used by the workers. It is the data of the both. The combination of data of both comprises of specification of any civil engineering works. To begin with or to do any construction activity, there will be some set of standard rules for the work to be constructed or for the work to be under perfection. There are two types of specification. One is brief specification and another one is detailed specification. Brief specification is nothing but what you write in the abstract table or detailed estimation table in the column under the column particular items of work. For example, if I take earthwork in excavation, we will be writing it as earthwork excavation in for foundation in hard soil or in any gravelly soil. Or if I say burn brick masonry work, we will write it as BBM in cement mortar 1:6 or 1:4, whatever it is given. That small sentence which we write in the abstract table, that is called as brief specification. That small sentence is called as brief specification. Whereas the detailed specification is the detailed description of how that particular construction activity is carried out. That includes two types: general provisions and technical provision. This detailed specification includes two things. One is general provision and another one is technical provision. General provisions is related to the contract documents, which is applied for the workers. With respect to the technical provisions, it comes to the how the material and workmanship and how it is technically carried out, their performances, everything will come under technical provision. This is a detailed description of the work. Now let us see why this specification is required. There are many necessities which is listed out here. This specification is required to fix any rate of construction work for 1 cubic meter or any or per unit quantity of work. By using the specification, we can fix the rate of any construction work. For example, for 1 cubic meter of brickwork to lay, for that work to be completed, what is the rate we can fix depending on this specification. If the brickwork is of if the brickwork is constructed with the cement mortar 1:6, we can fix its particular rate. If that specification says it is constructed with 1:4 with second class brickwork, then the rate changes correspondingly. Like this, to fix the rate of any particular work, this specification is required. And also during the process of construction during the process of construction activity, this serves as a guideline to supervise the laborers or any workers. And also, if the owner is having this specification, he can compare with the specification which he has and what and how the construction activity is going on. For his satisfaction, he can compare with the works. For that also, this specification is required. And then if the it also required for the payment of for the contractor. If the contractor carries the work perfectly according to the specification, he can be paid accordingly. If it is not up to the mark of owner satisfaction, he can hold on the amount and paid later after the construction activity is done according to his satisfaction. And also it also plays as an important role in case of any arbitration or court cases. Suppose that if the construction activity is stuck due to many reasons and it is under court case, then it serves as a document between the owner as well as between the contractor. If the work has been carried out and if the owner has not paid accordingly, then the contractor can claim for the required amount, and vice versa. If the contractor has not done the work according to the specification, the owner can claim depending on the specification. Like this, it serves. And also, it specifies the workmanship and method of doing the work. Importantly, as I said earlier, it serves as a guideline for the supervising the work. And also it specifies the specification is necessary to specify the equipment, tools and plants to be engaged for the work. This is helpful to bring out any tools required for the specific purpose of construction. And few other reasons this specification is required. You can write it on your own sentence if you know the concept. Now basically you have to work on how each individual work is carried out. You will be given with any of the 4 items of work. It may be of earthwork in excavation or PCC bed or side stone masonry, coarse rubble masonry, stone masonry, woodwork, painting, plastering. Any construction works can be given. You can expect anything. Write everything point wise. Write the construction procedure of each and every work. First, you have to write what are the items of work, what are the materials required for that particular work construction, and in what proportion it is required, and what are the properties of those materials, and then how that materials is used by the laborers, and how the construction work is carried out. Each and every step you have to explain in detail with point wise, and how the measurements are taken, for how many days it is cured. Like this, all the details of that particular work you have to write it in your own sentence. You might have seen all the each and every step of each construction works. Just accumulate everything, what are the things you have seen. You can also view few videos of construction, each and every construction separately, so that if that is registered in your mind, you can write it in your own sentence instead of reading a book. But I have given all the materials related to the specification of works. If you just go through all the items of work individually and register in your mind, you can write it in your own sentence point wise. First, I'll explain about earthwork in excavation. Before any construction activity is started, first the site should be cleared with all the debris. It should be complete platform, clean platform should be ready, and on that center line will be marked according to the plan which is with the contractor, and according to the center line the earthwork is excavated. The land is excavated according to the marking. The vertical excavation line should be truly vertical. Using the plumb bob you can cross check, and horizontal should be perfectly horizontal. It should be rammed well, it should be watered and rammed well. And during the excavation process, if any valuable materials is seen, it should be handed over to the government. And during the excavation process, if any water, if there is any if water is there, then it should be de-watered with the laborers without any extra payment. And all the excavated earth should be at least 1 meter away from the excavated land. Like this, so many details are there. If you go through this, you can write it in your own sentences. This is about earthwork of excavation. Similarly, earthwork in filling. This says whatever the earth you have excavated, the same earth should be used for the filling. And before that, you should take care of all the debris, brick bats, and any organic matter. All those things should be removed before it is filled after the construction of the foundation. And costly soils like black cotton soil, all other things is not required. And the filling shall be done in layers not exceeding 20 centimeter, and each layer should be watered, rammed and consolidated before the succeeding layer. In case of filling under the floors, if you are using the earth, then the finished level of filling shall be kept sloping just to drain out the water. In case of plinth filling, sand shall be used. This is about earth filling. This moram and sand filling is not required. I have rounded off few things. All those things are important for your exams. And if you take burnt brick masonry, you need bricks, sand, cement, water, as I explained earlier. And what are the properties of the materials? First, you have to list out brickwork, what should be the quality of the bricks. All the faces of the brick should be clear and it should be well burnt. And it when it is heated together, clear ringing sound should be used, should be heard, and it should be soaked well before it is used in the construction work. And quantity of mortar should be such that it should be consumed within half an hour. First, it should be dry mixed and then slowly water is added to prepare the wet mix for the proper ratio. And before the brickwork is laid, first layer should be mortar and then brick should be laid with proper joints. Proc should be above so that the joint will be with the proper bonding. Like this, many other things are there. You can list out. This is about the material and about this is the combination of material and workmanship, how the materials is used by the workers. If you say if you take stone masonry, first list out how the properties of the stone should be. The quality or properties of the stones depends on the type of stone masonry you are using, whether it is a coarse rubble or random rubble or ashlar masonry. First you have to look into that, and then you have to list out what are the materials required and its corresponding properties and how it is going to be laid. If it is coarse, you have to take care of each and every course. If it is random rubble masonry, then course will not be maintained. Likewise, depending on each and every work, you have to think of the construction activity and then you have to write it in your own sentence. If you take the size stone masonry, how you going to construct, what are the materials required, that will be different. If you are working on plinth beam, that will be different. If you are working with RCC work, that will be different. RCC, for the RCC, what are the materials required and what are the sizes of the stones which is used in it. If it is 1 to 4, what is the size of coarse aggregate which we use, and what are the reinforcement details, how the reinforcement is laid and how it is cured, shuttering, centering, all details will come into picture. For how many days it should be cured, how the measurement is taken, everything, each and every detailed step of construction activity of particular work will give the specification, will comprise us of specification. I hope you have the complete idea about the specification. Go through the materials which I have sent. Uh, you can write it. You can expect 3 items of work in the first internals. Go through all the materials of work, sorry, all the construction works. It can be woodwork or painting, painting to iron work or painting to steel work. It can be the repainting of old works, how the old work is removed first and then the new work, new painting is done. Like this, for each and every work, the specification will be different, procedure will be different. Think carefully and write. Thank you.